The teleportation power enables Yuya to reach home with Luna and Lexia in the blink of an eye. Using the rare magic skill publicly indicates Yuya's oblivion to the way things work on the unique planet, so Lexia has to tell him about the chaos of using a fairy tale magic skill that would erupt the chaos of war. Yuya and Princess question Luna about her action, which leads to Luna opening up about her past. She was an orphan who used to do anything from scavenging to stealing to satisfy her hunger. Her life turned into a real thrill as she was taken under his wing by a member of the Dark Guild. Her potential made her a worthy person to be invested in by the man who taught her important skills. The vulnerable orphan is now transformed into the headhunter of the Dark Guild by her perilous hunts. The knight could sense her dark side since their first meeting. Luna received the job of assassinating the first princess of Arcelia Kingdom, and her failure brought her to a dead end. The kingdom would not spare her attempt to harm the princess, while the Dark Guild has only one simple rule, ending the life of the failed assassin. Lexia resolves the issue by offering Luna the position of her escort to make a spot for her in the kingdom. Cheerful Luna tells Lexia about the portable bath of Yuya and its benefits. Lexia's awful cooking skills make Yuya prepare dinner. The ladies, who are now rivals in love for Yuya, turn the dinner table into a contest. Unlike the trio, Owen and the soldiers have to come so far while facing the forest monsters. Instead of concealing the fact, Lexia's slippery tongue spits out all the truth about Luna, but her orders make Owen calm down and accept Luna as her bodyguard. Owen instructs Yuya about the way to the castle so that he can reconcile with them soon. Yuya also meets Red Mane Huai, a red pig having special abilities of healing, and names it Akatsuki. Yuya runs fast and finally makes it in time to his class, where Miss Suida is informing the class about the ball game tournament. As not being well versed with the rules, Yuya plays as the goalkeeper in soccer. The first jaw-dropping goal is scored by Ryu for Yuya's team, while the second is a serve by Yuya, which makes everyone question their eye. On the way back home with his friend, Yuya meets a person who introduces himself as Kenji Kurosawa, the assistant of a famous director. The director and Kenji are there with a special opportunity for Yuya in the showbiz industry. To the surprise of everyone, Yuya turns down the proposal. The director does not want to let go of someone as charismatic as him so easily. Despite his refusal, she tries to persuade him, which makes Mew come out of the car and stop her. The director hits on an idea and proceeds to get permission to get some snapshots of Yuya during the tournament. In the other world, Yuya and Knight defeat an evil skeleton. As Yuya turns, he catches sight of a giant pig monster whom he thinks of as Akatsuki, but it is a mithril boar who deliberately attacks him. Due to an unexpected raid, Yuya is unable to dodge the attack. A Sega voice coming from a halo of light is heard by the injured warrior, ensuring his safety. It uncovers as a Kick Rabbit, which turns the monster into pieces by his disastrous bang, influencing the whole forest. The rabbit claims to be a divine, a creature who has mastered their skill to be robust and is committed to facing Viles, the negative aspect of the planet. The rabbit named Okanzi wants to train Yuya to be his successor. Yuya denies being his inheritor, but in the pursuit of improving his skills, he asks Okanzi to train him in exchange for learning magic from him. Yuya finally defeats King Mithril Boar by giving his all to his kick skill and the help of Okanzi. The Viles are way beyond SSS and EX levels, retaining the highest levels of their rank. Yuya evolutionizes after the victory, but to his relief, there is no change in his appearance. In the school, Yuya is anxious about his powers as he ends up creating a hole in the ping pong table and destroying the volleyball court while playing for Cade's team. In the last, Yuya joins Kaori in a tennis match, but Kaori's risky serves leave no other choice for him except to cover the whole field alone. At the victory moment of tennis, the cameramen finally make it to capture the perfect cover for their magazine. A vile girl fighting against Okanzi chooses Yuya as her next mark. She spares Okanzi to be dealt with by her later. Yuya is about to become a celebrity with the publishing of the magazine, and the director wants to make sure to get in for her agency. Kaori comes to Yuya's home and helps him with mathematics, as he has helped her with English and classic Japanese by using his language comprehension skills. Unfamiliar with the house, Kaori accidentally enters the room where there is a portal to the other world. Yuya stops her and then proceeds to share the secret of the other realm with her. The exposition of his water magic renders Kaori flabbergasted. He takes her with him, and his trust makes her feel special about their relationship. The new world is spectacular to Kaori, and she meets Knight and Akatsuki there as well. Kaori's stats on her first arrival are quite promising than Yuya's first ones. In the palace, Owen explains everything about Luna, which irates the king. Lexia then calms her dad by warning him of hating him for not accepting her decision. The peevish king goes off the deep end as he gets to know about Lexia spending the night at Yuya's home. The person who sends the quest for the assassination of the princess is uncovered as one of the royalties. This time he sends his troops armed with a magic sealing barrier. For the first time, Yuya ventures into the town life of this planet. To get the currency of this town, he decides to do business. His collected items prove to be quite precious as the shopkeeper pays him 100 coins for seasonings. He also gets membership in the Merchant Guild and the address of the royal palace. The short-tempered king is already irate with Yuya, and now asks him the reason for not bringing any gift for Lexia. Yuya, unable to find anything worthy of presenting to the princess, finally offers the belling he collected recently. The king hits the roof, and this time the cause is the ignorance of Yuya about the weird custom of proposing to girls by offering the gift of a bed. As the king advances to hit Yuya, a group of assassins enters the palace hall. The magic sealing barrier leaves no room for the guards, so Yuya and Luna fight against them. Yuya's combating skills impress the king, and in no time all the assailants are knocked down. Owen finds the badge of Prince Rhaegar. Yuya saves the castle from the assassins' attack. Owen suspects the involvement of Lexia's brother, and the expected danger leads him to reach Yuya for the safety of the princess. Lexia and Luna are arguing about who will be Yuya's guide. To nullify the argument, Owen intrudes, saying that he would be Yuya's tour guide. On the way, Luna and Lexia both exchange blows on where Yuya will go first. Upon noticing Yuya's interest in the Adventure Guild, explains how to hunt the requisites. Despite the exchange of hot talk with Lexia, Luna also enters the guild. In the form, they are asked about their magic skills. Yuya only mentions 3 types, although he knows all of them, and this decision proves to be on his side as only 3 talents make the people. Luna's magic ability exhibits the yellow color of the magic crystal ball, but the bursting of the ball by Yuya's knack is something preposterous. Soon their membership cards are handed over to them. An overly drunk lady approaches Yuya nearby. Luna and Lexia try to keep her apart from Yuya. Lexia also joins the guild to look after Yuya. On their first adventure, they collect herbs. Owen notifies them about the location of Lexia's brother and asks Yuya for his assistance. Yuya tells Lexia and Luna to go back to the castle. At the destination, Yuya and Owen see a soldier who has attacked the prince. In the knight's attack, unfortunately, the soldier finds a way out, but the prince is captured. Seeing this, Prince tries to take his life. A battle breaks out between Prince and Yuya, ending up in victory for Yuya. A strong wind blows and the vile girl appears, addressing the prince that he is useless and unlucky. Prince accuses her of using him as a tool. In a fit of fury, she attacks the prince, but an arrow comes and saves her. Owen considers it an outside force, but is the girl's ambience and power. Using the mastery of the windstorm, Yuya saves his allies by blocking the girl's attack. Revelation of Yuya's identity makes the girls realize that it's her next mark. She challenges him and leaves the spot to deal with him later by using her vile potency. This power show intrigues Yuya to get to know her identity. Lexia and Luna both are stunned to hear that someone is much stronger than Yuya. Meanwhile, the king orders them to arrive at the castle where the decision of the prince's destiny has to be taken. Despite being the culprit, Prince still accuses Lexia of his condition because of her uncontrolled magic. Having a pitiful life due to his negative emotions and covetousness leaves the prince in anguish. As the deacon is in process, Yuya interrupts the proceeding to rehab all the scars of the prince. Lexia convinces the king to let go of the prince as she has forgiven him. A home and the land of the prince are awarded to Yuya as a recognition. Yuya tries to get back home as soon as possible from school, as he is concerned about the vile girl who appeared in his dream last night. Prince is his only key to getting the information about her dark guild. Upon Yuya's query, the vile girl explains her reason for hunting him as she considers him a threat to her mission. There starts a sequel of attacks on Yuya. Meanwhile, in the real world, Kaori visits his home for study purposes. Coming close to the barn, she recalls Yuya's advice not to cross fencing, but she overhears some noise in the jungle. Following that, she saw the revolt between Yuya and the vile girl. Yuya is injured badly, and before he loses his last drop of Stramaster, Usagi barges in and saves Yuya. Master reveals the girl's name. She was the student of the Divine Archer, one who protects the world from Vile. Yuzi was taking revenge on humanity because of the Divine Archer's death. She considers humanity as a nonsense creation. Master Usagi corrects that the divine archer was killed because of manipulating divine power as vile power. A violent warfare between the master and Yutai commences. Both give each other a tough time. Atsukui saves the master from the Yuti's attack by performing the Holy Ground skill. The trio finally tops the Yuti from being a vile god. Master leaves the decision of her fate to Yuya. During this, Lexia visits Yuya, and Yuya saves her from the monster right behind her. Exposed to this side, Yuya is afraid of Lexia's judgment, but Lexia expresses her contentment with her. The newcomer in school mesmerizes the students.